Y'all, I have a little treat for you today on this episode of the No Bullshit Manifestation Show, which is the fact that I am actually sharing a behind the scenes video from the Abundant AF Babe Academy for you so that you can get a little sneak peek at some of the content that we cover inside of the Abundant AF Babe Academy surrounding money manifestation. So if you have ever been curious about what it's actually like to be inside of the Abundant AF Babe Academy, this is gonna give you a little sneak peek. What's up, and welcome to the No Bullshit Manifestation Show, the podcast that demystifies all of the nonsense that surrounds manifestation and gives you a realistic view of what it's like to be on a personal, professional, and spiritual growth journey. I'm your host, Kat Kozad, manifestation and money mindset expert, and I'm so happy you're here. Let's fucking do this thing. What's up, y'all? Just like I mentioned in the intro, this podcast episode is actually directly taken from the Abundant AF Babe Academy, and you are going to be getting a taster as to just one of the 50 lessons that are inside of the Abundant AF Babe Academy. And I've specifically chose the topic of tapping into and playing with the energy and frequency of money because I know that so many of you are in my world because you're wanting to manifest more money into your life, you're wanting to increase your finances, you're wanting to manifest time freedom, location freedom, more abundance, more fulfillment, more of all of those good things. And this video, like I said, is only one of 50 and is really, really powerful to help you understand why it may have felt challenging for you to tap into the energy and frequency of money thus far, and some very simple things that you can do to shift and get yourself into alignment with creating more money and more wealth in your life. But what I want to say before we dive into this, just so you are aware of it, enrollment for the Abundant AF Babe Academy is now currently open until November 27th, and this is the final round of the Abundant AF Babe Academy for this year and is going to be the only one until well into 2024. So if you are wanting to change your life, change your finances, create a deeper and more fulfilling connection to your mind, body, and soul, and as a byproduct of that, manifest more money, freedom, and fulfillment into your life, then the Abundant AF Babe Academy was made for you. The Abundant AF Babe Academy has now helped over 400 women from all different backgrounds, from teachers to servers to bartenders to stay-at-home moms to ladies in corporate, photographers, models, nurses, all different backgrounds, entrepreneurs, business owners, basically every single background, manifest more fulfillment, freedom, and money into their lives. We've manifested everything from $100,000 checks to dream homes, to dream partners, to husbands getting promotions, to healing trauma that women thought they'd never be able to heal from, to curing depression, to fully actualizing your purpose and creating your dreams. So when I say that the Abundant AF Babe Academy will change your life forever for the better, I am not joking. But with that being said, if you're interested in joining, definitely listen to this podcast episode first and then click the link down below in the show notes to learn more about how you can claim your spot from the website. And please enjoy this podcast episode. What's up, love? Kat here, and in this video we are going to be talking about tapping into and playing with the energy and frequency of money. This is one of my favorite topics when it comes to manifestation because this has completely changed the game for me when it comes to attracting and manifesting money into my life. So pay close attention to this video. So contrary to what the world likes to teach us, money responds to your personal vibration and nothing else. So the world likes to teach us that money is only available if you are in a good or valuable field of work, if the economy is doing well, if you're educated enough, if you're in the right place locationally, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So many different things. And all of that is a bunch of bullshit. Your personal vibration dictates how money shows up in your life. No matter how much the external circumstances change in your life, your vibration will always dictate the way you manifest money and different financial opportunities in your life, whether that be the work that you are doing on a day-to-day basis, unexpected financial blessings, new opportunities, whatnot. And like I said, the world teaches us that you can only receive money in abundance if you have certain external circumstances. And that is not true whatsoever. You have the power to change it all. And this is where playing with the energy of frequency of money comes into play. And this is something in my life that I felt as though affected me so much prior to learning about my personal vibration. Before I was aware of what it meant and how to play with the energy and frequency of money, I was in the position that as a college dropout, the only thing that I thought I could do was work in restaurants. There's absolutely nothing wrong with working in restaurants. It is an incredible career path if that is what you want for yourself. But for me, it wasn't what I wanted, and I thought it was the only thing that I could do without a degree. So no matter what I did in the food and beverage industry, I always started off at a lower position as like a hostess or a food runner or something like that, and would quickly climb my way up to the top of working for whatever company it was, whether that be as the general manager, catering director, so on and so forth. But no matter what I did within all of these different jobs, I would always find myself at the position of being capped out at $40,000 a year. That was the maximum amount that I could make, even though I was doing everything I could to go above and beyond and to try and receive more money than $40,000 a year. And it wasn't until I started to shift my internal world and my beliefs about myself, about money, what I was capable of, what I was available for, that things actually started to shift for me financially and allowed me to break that ceiling of $40,000 a year and step into the position that I was making then $60,000 a year, $80,000 a year, without doing that much more work or any more work whatsoever, just because I had shifted my own internal energy. And this was all inside of the food and beverage industry. But we have to shift, like I said, internally and align with greater levels of financial abundance inside of ourselves for that external manifestation of money to show up. And in order for you to do this, you have to give yourself permission. You must actually give yourself permission to go to the next level, to receive more money, to step into financial abundance, to step into greater levels inside of your life, because all of our lives, we have been asking other people for permission. Literally, like when we were kids in school, we had to raise our hands and ask for permission to go to the bathroom, to do something so human and so natural to us. We would call on our parents, ask them for their advice on things and whether or not we should do it, and wait for their permission to go for the things that we wanted. And we have essentially conditioned our subconscious minds to need permission from us. So if you have found yourself capped out in some sort of way, whether that be with what you are doing and wanting to shift career paths, or start the business, or invest in something, or take some sort of step, or to go to the next financial level in whatever it is that you are doing, we have to give ourselves permission to move to the next level. Our subconscious minds literally need it because, like I've said, we've been so conditioned to believe that we must have permission first in order to go forward with anything without feeling an insane amount of guilt, distrust, and really challenging emotions that our subconscious mind, uncomfortable emotions that our subconscious mind is always trying to protect us from. And when we are in the energy of guilt or distrust inside of ourselves, even when it is subconscious, we are not able to manifest with ease because there is an underlying energy that making more money is bad. So once you start to understand that there's literally nothing to feel guilty about, nothing that you do not have to trust yourself inside of, then you can start to actually give yourself this permission that you need to then up level and shift into a different energy, which then allows money manifestation to become so much easier. We must remember and truly cultivate the understanding inside of ourselves that being in financial overflow allows us to be the best versions of ourselves. And for that reason, there is literally nothing to feel guilty, wrong, bad, distrusting, anything for. Anything that creates that sense of discomfort inside of yourself. So that's the first step of this. And second step of this, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to ask yourself, what is an amount of money that you would like to make each month that right now feels like a stretch for you? And if you have to, pause this video for a moment so that you can really think about this and get clear on what this number is, because this is a number that we are going to work on shifting into alignment with so that you can up your financial levels. You can play with the energy and frequency of money and take your standard from where it is right now to a greater level by really feeling into this energy inside of yourself. So this is how I set new numbers for what I am practicing becoming a match for. What I will do is think about like, what is the current amount of money that I am consistently making, consistently manifesting into my life on a monthly basis? And I will think about, okay, what is a stretch from this position? So let's say that you are in the space right now of making like $2,000 a month, but you want to be making $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 a month instead. What we can do is reverse engineer getting there. So first, and just like we have been doing over the past few weeks, we must figure out what beliefs that you hold around this that do not support you manifesting it into your life. So if you have never made more than $2,000 a month and you're wanting to make $10,000 a month, what limiting beliefs come up? What is the voice of doubt saying? What is your ego saying? What comes up in terms of things that could limit you from fully feeling in alignment with making this money each month and consistently manifesting it into your life? Once you've done that, you want to write all of those things out, get super clear on what those stories are, and go through the process that we have been using over the past few weeks to clear out these different limiting beliefs, whether that be EFT tapping, using the emotional release meditation, using the clearing of your financial past, whatever it is, to shift out of these beliefs and shift into something more supportive. So asking yourself to shift into a perspective that will allow you to be supported and live a more abundant truth. And then from that space, ask yourself, what would you know to be true about yourself and about money if you were consistently manifesting this amount of money each month? What would you know to be true about yourself and about money if you jumped from $2,000 a month to $10,000 a month? What would you know to be true if you jumped from $10,000 a month to $20,000 a month, $20,000 to $40,000, $40,000 to $80,000, $80,000 to $150,000 a month? Whatever it is, wherever you're at in terms of manifesting money into your life on a monthly basis, what would you know to be true if you shifted from where you're at right now to where you're wanting to go?
what are the supportive beliefs that you would have about money? How would it feel to already have the amount of money that you desire? How would that feel? Imagine it showing up in your life right now. How would that feel to receive that amount of money right here, right now? Because feeling is energy, and energy creates vibration, and we get what we are a vibrational match for. So getting clear on what you would know to be true and the way that you would feel and the behaviors that you would have if this was already a part of your reality, and then giving yourself the permission to be the vibrational match for this experience. Permission to drop all of the shit that has been telling you that this isn't realistic, that maybe it works for other people, but it can't work for you, that you are so far off and far away from receiving what you actually want, and that there is so much more for you to have to do in order to receive it. Release that shit. None of that is true. None of that is true. The only way that that can be true is if you make that true for yourself. And when you can give yourself permission to leave all of that at the door, clear that out, and then fully step into and become the embodiment of the version of yourself who easily and naturally gets to have the amount of money that you desire on a monthly basis, then that is what is going to allow you to elevate into the energy of becoming that version of yourself and naturally start to magnetize the opportunities for money to support you in that kind of way. This is how you play with the energy and frequency of money. This is how you turn this whole money manifestation thing into a game. To truly step into the energy where you are the master of your vibration and you are the master of the money that you are calling into your life. But in order for money to be a game, in order for you to play with the energy and frequency of money, you have to give yourself permission to be the main character of your life and to play the game that you want the game to go. Not the way that you've been told it has to, and not having to play the game the way that society has painted it for you and the way that society has told you it needs to go. Playing this game in the way that feels fully supportive to you. And this has been such a powerful thing, like I said, in my own life that I have witnessed, is that when I got rid of society's rule book of how money can, should, and will show up in my life and decided that I get to play with the energy and frequency of money and I get to give myself permission to make money a game and to be the main character where I truly am dictating how money gets to show up into my life, I've created a completely different reality for myself where I know without a shadow of a doubt that money is an overflowing constant in my life, that I get to make money while I sleep, that the more that I have fun, the more that I live my life, the more that I experience things, the more money I get to make. These are not rules that society told me I could have or that I could live by to receive money. But since dropping all of my limiting beliefs at the door and recreating the belief system of what gets to be true for me as I continually up-level inside of my life and inside of my finances, this is what I've decided feels good for me. And therefore, as the main character of my game, of my story, of my life, this is what gets to happen for me. And this is so powerful and what I've seen happen for so many of my clients as well. I've seen money show up in people's lives in all sorts of crazy and miraculous ways ever since they've decided to drop society's rule book of how money must play out in their lives and have truly created their own script of how they get to play with the energy and frequency of money. One of my past clients who is a teacher, and as a teacher, the world gives us this script of the fact that you're not well paid, you are severely underpaid, you don't receive enough money to have me and do all of the different things that you want in your life. Well, she decided to leave that rule book at the door and to create her own rule book, where as a teacher, she gets paid more than enough money and she gets to receive unexpected money to manifest the different things that she desires into her life. And through this, she has manifested a consistent paycheck that is double what she was initially making before really learning to play with the energy and frequency of money and truly implementing that into her life. And also has manifested so much money, but the most miraculous one was she wanted to manifest a new house. And in surrendering to that, she actually ended up manifesting $100,000 check that has been used on renovations for her home that she's currently in to essentially give her a new house. So truly, through playing with the energy and frequency of money and surrendering to the manifestation process, she's opened herself up to money showing up and supporting her in the most incredible ways to make her manifestations a reality. Another example of this is one of my other past clients. She was in the position that she was in a corporate job that she absolutely hated and didn't want to have to play by corporate's rule book anymore, society's rule book, when it came to what she was capable of. And she went all in on creating the change that she wanted to feel inside of herself, cultivating that inner abundance inside of herself before the physical manifestation of money showed up in her life. And through doing that and staying so committed to her vision of what life was going to and now is for her, she went from the position of literally almost not having enough money to survive to now being a full-time content creator and model who is consistently making 5+ figures a month, manifested her dream car, manifested her dream apartment, and like truly is living a life that she didn't think was possible for her. And one final example of another past client who has really implemented using money manifestation and cultivating this inner abundance inside of herself and creating her own rule book of how she gets to play with the energy and frequency of money. She showed up not knowing a single thing about manifestation, but knew that things needed to change in her life and truly just started to implement all of the teachings of ABA into her life and decided that she wanted to manifest a house. And through that and leaving her old rule book, society's ruled book of how things had to play out for her, of it not being possible and not being approved and all of the different stories that she could have attached to, she instead created her own internal dialogue, her own internal wealth, and through that was able to manifest her first house for her and her family. So truly, like I said, this is so powerful when it comes to actually attracting and manifesting the money that you want into your life, because through giving yourself this permission and then creating that feeling state inside of yourself and deciding to show up in the vibration of this life already being yours on a daily basis is going to actually shift your vibration, your set point of attraction from where it's at right now into alignment with the version of yourself who already has those things. So working through those old money stories, working through the limitations, the fears, the doubts, whatnot that want to come up as you're thinking about this next level version of yourself, as the version of yourself who gets to receive the amount of money that you're wanting to have on a daily basis and on a monthly basis, and creating a new money story, a new rule book, a new script for yourself based off of how you want to play with the energy and frequency of money, how you want to make yourself the main character in your game, then that is going to be the energy and the embodiment of what will allow you to attract and manifest the money that you desire into your life. So anytime you find yourself in the limiting beliefs, the doubt, the fear, the lack, shifting back to this internal truth of what gets to be true for you, your own rule book, your own game, your decision to play with the energy and frequency of money. Because that is what is going to create this shift. So set reminders for yourself on your phone. Set reminders for yourself to shift into this new story, this new supportive vibration, this new game of playing with the energy and frequency of money and already being the version of yourself who gets to have the things that you desire, and break up your day with these reminders, because that is then going to break up your thought patterns, create those pattern interrupts, and really shift the way that your subconscious mind is thinking about and perceiving money and what you're capable of on a daily basis. And really bringing yourself back to this as often as you possibly can, feeling into that energy of this next level version of yourself as often as you possibly can, and reminding yourself, whether it be through reminders on your phone, something you write on your hand, your phone background, whatever it is, because the more you can bring yourself back to this, the more that you're going to create new neural pathways inside of the subconscious mind that are naturally going to perceive this work and money manifestation as something that is easy for you. And this is the work of money manifestation. The work is shifting back into alignment with abundance every single day. Playing in the energy and frequency of money every single day. The work is observing the ideas that we say that we can't have what we want, and recognizing these ideas, these thought patterns as not true, and then choosing a new supportive story. And every time you recognize that you are feeling off around money, catch yourself in that story. Catch yourself in the doubt and all of these limiting beliefs that are coming up, and reframe it. And then allow yourself to tell yourself your new supportive truth, these positive affirmations around money. This is going to make it easier to feel into the feelings of already having it than just not doing anything about it. When you don't do anything about it, you're letting the old neural pathways win. But when you start to do something about it and you consciously and actively catch yourself in it, and then reaffirm the new supportive money story to yourself, then you're rewiring the structure of your subconscious mind, which is going to make it easier and easier for you to attract and manifest the money you want. So shifting back into being the vibrational match. You get to bring this into your day-to-day life. You get to do this. You get to show up as this better, healthier, wealthier, more abundant version of yourself on a daily basis. And through doing that, you are making a massive impact on yourself, on others, on the energy that your life then touches. And once again, remembering that this is nothing that you need to feel guilty for, wrong for, negative about. This isn't a selfish thing. Manifesting money is literally the kindest thing that you could do for yourself and for everyone else in your life. And from this space of knowing that it was the kindest thing that you can do for yourself and for others, then you can release the expectation of how and when this money is going to show up in your life, because just knowing and trusting in the process that this money is on its way to you by you shifting your energy is going to allow you to become more of a clear channel to receive the money that you desire. Because the universe is responding to you, and the universe is conspiring to bring you all of this abundance that you are cultivating inside of yourself, which doesn't mean that you don't have to do anything to receive it. Like I've talked about, is like really tapping into your intuition, listening to those intuitive pulls, listening to what your heart is leading you towards, all of those different things, and following those is going to lead you to these manifestations in your life. But know that within this process of becoming the embodiment of the money that you desire to have, those intuitive pulls are going to get louder. The signs of guidance from the universe are going to get louder. You're going to be pulled towards the action that you must take to receive this money. And sometimes the money will come through not taking any action whatsoever, but most of the time it's going to come through trusting your inner guidance system, trusting yourself, trusting that you playing with the energy and frequency of money is allowing you to align with the most abundant version of yourself, and different opportunities that will present themselves to really allow this abundance to flow into your life. So mixing in the practical, the action, the listening to your intuition, to taking steps towards the things that you really want in your life, starting the business, quitting the job that you hate and applying to the one that you love, pouring your passions into something, creating content, like whatever it is that you feel called to, whatever message it is that you want to share with the world, taking that practical and mixing it with this energetic of playing with the energy and frequency of money, playing with your status, your level of what is available to you. That is the secret sauce for both of these things to come together and for you to actually receive your financial desires. I'm such a firm believer in the fact that when you mix the spiritual and the energetic with the practical, that is absolutely when the money shows up. And this is how I went from manifesting like $2,000 a month in my business to consistently manifesting $10K in my business in a matter of months. And now I'm consistently manifesting more and more money into my life on a monthly basis by playing this game and mixing in the inner work with the practical, using my business as the inspired and aligned vehicle to receive the money that I'm a vibrational match for. And this will look different for everyone in their own lives. And just like I've mentioned throughout the academy, the only thing that you need to know right now is that your vibration is the thing that is dictating how you will attract and manifest money into your life. So whether that be in the job that you're currently in now, whether that be something that you're wanting to create for yourself, whether that be another job that you're wanting to become a part of, whatever it may be, that doesn't necessarily matter right here and right now. What matters is you continuing to work through the mental blocks that are telling you that you can't have exactly what you want and reframing those beliefs to understand that you can and decide for yourself that you can have everything that you want. So I know that some of this work may feel repetitive, but we are literally working through an entire lifetime's worth of subconscious conditioning telling you that you are not worthy of the things that you want and creating new neural pathways in your subconscious mind that will allow you to receive more and more, even when you aren't feeling great. But know that by continuing to put in the work, by continuing to show up for this and doing this deep healing of all of those limiting beliefs that are still hanging out, and then continuing to look at how you can elevate who this next level version of you is, what this life is that you're creating for yourself, that's how you're truly going to tap into and play with the energy and frequency of money. So you got this, keep going. You're doing such an incredible job.
There you have it. A lesson straight out of the Abundant AF Babe Academy. And like I said earlier on, if this podcast episode resonated with you, if this lesson from the Abundant AF Babe Academy spoke to you in any sort of way, and your intuition is saying, okay, I think this is the step that I need to take, then let me remind you that your intuition is always taking you down the path of least resistance to receive your manifestations. If you feel called to the Abundant AF Babe Academy, there is a reason to that, and it's because your soul is trying to take you down the path that is going to bring you your highest good and the highest good for others. So like I said earlier on, enrollment for the Abundant AF Babe Academy is now open and will be closing on November 27th, and we will be kicking off the first week of December. So if you are ready to make 2024 the best, most abundant and fulfilling year of your life, and to know how to not only manifest what you want now, but also create long-lasting, sustainable change within your finances and within your manifestations moving forward, then the Abundant AF Babe Academy was made for you. So you can click the link down below in the show notes to learn more about claiming your spot inside of the Academy. And I will chat with you on the next podcast episode.